Welcome back to Morgan's video blog, Morgan's online blog in video format. Today I'm here to share with you the first of my new ongoing series on COVID-19, writing in the time of COVID-19. Last week I was homesick with a normal cold, no fever, wet cough, progressing like my normal colds, but I coughed once and work was like, go work from home. So I spent the week half napping and binge reading paranormal romances and half doing my day job from home and, vegging, paying a little attention to what was going on. By Friday, I started to feel well enough to go out and socialize again. And the state of Virginia in the US was told we need to start socially distancing ourselves. I didn't even know what that meant until a week ago. My last hurrah was a D&D game with 5 friends and 3 pies for Pi Day, March 13th, 14th, where and D&D, you only touch your own dice and your own figure, little mini. And our host's table is huge, so you're not actually sitting within 6 feet of anyone. And we still did our best to keep our distances and wash our hands like 10 times and all the stuff that they keep telling us to do. Now, I know I'm one of the fortunate ones, and my heart goes out to everyone. I'd already stocked up on groceries when I started coming down with my cold. I have plenty of toilet paper. I feel so rich. And a day job that clearly, obviously, supports work from home. Watching the guidelines roll out with 2 weeks turning into 4 weeks and rumors of 8 or more weeks, I saw those conventions. I was so excited just last week that I was going to get a panel at having to close their doors. Literally, last week, squee, panels, this is how panels work this week. Conventions no longer exist. I live at home. The conventions, RavenCon and Balticon, tried to reschedule. There are rumors of maybe trying to run some stuff online, but the cons themselves aren't happening this year. It's just not happening. I've never seen this happen. But with a death rate that is 10 times that of the flu and a lack of any vaccine or natural immunity, making a choice to just let it run its course look like a natural disaster on the scale of war or the history books, I can't blame them. I understand. I know why our government is doing this and your government and whatever, but it hurts. I was so excited and proud, and now I am just bummed and fighting anxiety. So much anxiety. I am worried for my friends with high risk factors, age, wellness, public sector service jobs. I am worried for my friends who are going to lose their jobs because the small business they work for is going under, or they are the small business and they're not going to conventions where they make their money. I'm worried about their health care, their access to food, their homes. And I'm hoping that the grocery stores are able to keep restocking. I am a bit type A. So once I realized I was working from home full time, I set up a folding table next to my desk so I could see 3 laptops and a monitor. Couch working like I did last week when I was homesick just really isn't set up for full-time work, at least not the way I work. Next, for that anxiety, I took inventory of all of my food and grocery items just to reassure myself that I'd be okay. Seriously, pad of paper, like 4 pages full, down to calculating servings per meal and doses of meds, just to reassure myself. And it worked. I reassured myself. until that 8+ weeks part started spreading. And I realized that my totally handling this, I got this self was having trouble sleeping. I don't think I'm the only one. So at some point, I know I'm going to have to stop avoiding grocery stores, but at least not for a few weeks. I do know that I am going to start getting cabin fever at some point. I am an ambivert, and going into social isolation after a week homesick kind of belabors the point for me. So I've taken a few steps to try and ward off the inevitable. Remember, type A. These are tips you hear all the time from people who work from home regularly, but usually there's the option of go work in a coffee shop with the ambient noise, and that's kind of contraindicated right now. And visit friends, kind of contraindicated right now. So here are 5 things I'm doing on my own to try and stave off this cabin fever thing. First, as they all say, I am keeping my same wake, sleep, work schedule as I do when I have to go into the office. My commute is negligible, so, my day almost looks the same except where my desk is and how close my coworkers are. The second thing I'm doing for myself is I am getting dressed, not just wearing pajamas all day. I mean, look at this. It's a shirt and stuff. Now, I may have dialed into a meeting still in my pajamas, but I made it to the shower and into real clothes before lunch. Third, I am stopping, speaking of lunch, I am stopping and eating regular meals, not just snacking all day like working from home can so often turn into. Been there, done that. The fourth thing I'm doing is I am taking a walk a day, weather permitting, to try and get some steps in, to get some fresh air, and to keep me from sitting at my desk 16 hours a day. It's scary. It's scary not knowing when this is going to end, not knowing when or if we're gonna get back to normal, whatever normal is for you. I like to plan, and you can't plan unless you know when the emergency is going to end. So it's more important now than ever to keep in touch with Team You. The people who love and support you, the people who brighten your day and enrich it, the people who can distract you from reading the news updates for more than 5 minutes. So here are 4 ways that I am socially connecting. There's plenty of apps and ways to get entertainment, but let's talk about the social connection, because that is the primary thing that we don't have right now. First off, I participated in a live stream author write-in. I've done these before. I haven't done one since NaNoWriMo, maybe one. It's a great way to socialize with other writers online where it's safe and actually get some writing sprints in where you're focused and you got some peer pressure, and it works for me. We've talked about me and sprinting before. I plan to join more because they work for me. I'm calling friends and or family at least once or twice a day so that I can hear a voice outside of my head, or, a telecon. Oh my God, the teleconferences I've been on this week. Luckily, I'm at home and can still bribe myself with chocolate. Thirdly, some of my weekly hangouts with friends look like they might be able to happen virtually. A voice chat editing session with my Anansi Storytime people. That's the folktale audio drama I'm a part of. A Netflix party, which I just downloaded the plugin for Chrome, with some friends to watch movies or TV and just hang out and chat, only from more than just a chair away. And, Finally, there's obviously how is Morgan socially connecting? There's her social media addiction. You kind of knew that was coming. So it's tough. It's scary. We are all worried about something, if not COVID-19 itself. But I do know one thing: I can't make it through this alone. So, if you've been told to socially distance yourself wherever you live, how are you handling it? How is your workplace handling it? Are they handling it properly or flying by the seat of their pants? If you are one of those amazing people on the front lines, medical professionals, food service, grocery people, cleaning people, Amazon shipping people, how are you holding up? Oh my God. Hugs. So many hugs to you people. And P.S. I cope by using a lot of gallows humor. If anyone's got a really good pandemic meme, share it below. Let me know in the comments below how you're holding up. I love to hear from people, especially right now. Thank you as always for tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe, share me with your friends and family if they need to hear a friendly voice, and I'll be back again next week with more writing tips or writerly musings. Definitely more pandemic talk next week. Probably pandemic updates until this is over. Bye-bye. Take care of yourselves now.